certain that whatever, no matter the circumstance, no matter what happens, be always grateful to Allah. On January 6th, 2003. And so by extension, it means that it is about a year old today. And if there's something that the organization has done that so many organizations are copying now, alhamdulillah, is the introduction of the executive Quranic course, which actually paved the way for elites and people who somewhere along the line missed it. You know, there were people who had the opportunity, the privilege of learning the Quran at infancy. But the more people missed it. And, you know, AL-HABIBIYYAH is like a stopgap. An all-purpose organization. They introduced the executive Quranic course that people can, in 4 months, learn the Quran. And I can assure you that more than 5,000 people have graduated from this course. And today, they can read the Quran. And I want to say again that we have another huge opportunity because Ramadan is just around the corner. And you know, during Ramadan, one thing that gives you a lot of blessings is recitation of the Quran. So you can actually take this opportunity to say, well, you know, let me just use this 4 months before Ramadan to also learn the Quran. And I can assure you that if you spare that 4 months, what you will get is more than what you have learned all through your life. So that is what, you know, this organization is doing, and so many things. But one thing that stands this organization out is again the food bank. You know, the food bank. Every year, all around the year, they feed people. But then during Ramadan is special. And the caliber of people that believe in this particular project and identify with this project is overwhelming. But alhamdulillah, in the last 21 years, a lot has happened. But again, it is not in my place to give all those testimony and how it all started. Because the man whose responsibility it is to do that is my brother, Imam Fuad Ademi, the chief imam of AL-HABIBIYYAH Mosque, and he's here. I'd like to, at this point, invite him to speak to us. But while he's doing that, my elder brother walked in, the man who has put smiles on the faces of families who thought that, well, it's all over, we're married 10 years, 15, 20 years, no child. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decided to use a Muslim to do this. Allahu Akbar. At-Takbir. He decided to use a Muslim to do that for us. Not too long ago, some 2 weeks ago, we were in Jua where he was honored with the title of Talban Jua. And today he has graced this occasion. It is going to be celebration. And again, at that particular program, His Excellency, the former governor of Kogi State, who is his elder brother, was the chairman. And so it is not again coincidence, Your Excellency, that you are the chairman today. So your chairman has some kind of divine connection. I don't know, maybe you will tell us what it means. Dr. Ibrahim Wada is in the house, and we also appreciate him by saying the normal at-Takbir. Please be upstanding for recognition. Thank you very much, sir. At this point, Imam Fuad, if you are ready, please come and tell us the story of a little, don't tell us everything, just tell us the story of our 21-year sojourn, and of course, why we are here today, because I understand that we're honoring some people.
Don't do igala para here. I said don't do igala para here.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء وعلى إمام المرسلين سيدنا ومولانا محمد صلى الله تعالى عليه وسلم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. I want to start from the chairman of today's occasion that I don't want to say we drag him to be the chairman for today, or we scheme him, His Excellency Captain Idris Wada. Incidentally, he's not a visitor, he's actually the National Vice President of AL-HABIBIYYAH. He was former chairman of Food Bank. In fact, he was actually leading the food bank when he was come and serve in Kogi State. I don't know whether Captain still remember. Adia is also here that she will also remember. When Captain told me, said, "Imam, this is it," I said, "Then we will go." Then Alhamdulillah, we went. You are welcome, but you are not going to welcome. You are the one who should welcome us. Your Excellency, I will not welcome you. You are the one who will welcome us. So I will be waiting for the time that you welcome us. Somebody is sitting by his right, Dr. Sulaiman Ibrahim, is one man that by his left, I can describe as one of the people that the Prophet ﷺ prayed for. There was a time the Prophet prayed for some people to join in, to strengthen the religion, and Allah answered his prayers. Dr. Sulaiman retired from United Nations some few months back, and he came, he said, "Imam, I want to join you wherever I want to contribute. I want to contribute my quota in AL-HABIBIYYAH. Doctor, you are welcome." And we have a newest chief around. Yes. Incidentally, he didn't invite me, I invited myself. So he too did the same thing today. But incidentally, Doctor, I will not expose you more than this today. We want to welcome Dr. Ibrahim Wada. When Alaji Chindo was saying something, that he doesn't know what Ibrahim is doing. If you do not know, my father too is also Ibrahim, so don't do shakara to me. So, to our mothers, there is also another woman that's almost the same thing like Dr. Sulaiman also. She just retired from the Central Bank. Somebody is telling me that the Chief Judge of FCT is around. I didn't see him, sir. You will not only sit there, you will sit where everybody can be seeing you. Please come outside. Subhanallah. Please come out, sir. Yes. Is my Lord, is my boss also. Hussein. Justice Hussein Yusuf. Justice Hussein is not a visitor here. I think I don't want to call him a member, but has always been part of this organization. You remember when we started the Zakat, he was the one who led it. Although he sent somebody, Justice, you are welcome and we are very grateful. But we have been waiting for you, but we know that you are very busy from that office. I know God in His infinite mercy will continue to support you. We appreciate you and we thank you. I was talking about a woman that is also like Dr. Sulaiman. She retired from the Central Bank. She retired from the central bank and she came to Al-Habibiyah Academy. Within 1 month, she can read the Quran now. Haja, please stand up for recognition. And also, she has been doing a lot of things for us in Al-Habibiyah. We want to thank you. Dr. Ricky Amira will not welcome you, so you better know that. And Dr. Ricky, you have started, because I'm afraid of Catherine, you started the gala parapol in the mosque here this morning, but I'm afraid of the Catherine. I will not talk like that. And also, our mothers, all of them are here. We have Haja Saadatu Abdullah Ibrahim, who is the wife of our father, and also Her Excellency Haja Halima Wada. She's also here. What I'm trying to do to establish the protocol so that the next those who will talk, they will not waste our time again. And also, I have Engineer Kazim Ali. I remember the day he came to Al-Habibiyah. What is there was that this mosque, Adibi, the house can talk. The houses around this place will be feeling shy. You remember, sir, that the houses in this area will be feeling shy. That those who know houses will know that this is the leader of the houses in this area. We welcome you once again. Thank you so much. And we have the families of our father, the late Ibrahim Abdullah's son. You might not know Ibrahim Abdullah's son is so many things to us in Al-Habibiyah. We have discussed so many things. Even this morning, there is nothing that we are doing. It was not always thanking, and we want to appreciate him also. So many people have sacrificed everything they have because of this organization and because of Islam. The essence of today's program, Wallah, is only to thank them, to say, well done. Allah himself will also thank you. Quran says, Salamun alaikum biman sabartum fanima uqbadar. Once again, you are welcome here. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Imam Fuad. At least you've set the tone for today's proceedings. Welcome once again, Honorable Justice Hussein Baba Yusuf. We thank you very much for gracing the occasion today. And you are here with your brother, our brother, Engineer Kashim Ali. Thank you very much for coming. Let me also acknowledge the presence of Her Excellency Haja Halima Wada, former First Lady of Kogi State. Haja, good morning and welcome. Okay. Mrs. Saudatu Abdullahi Ibrahim, wife of one of the fathers of Al-Habibiyah. We thank you very much for coming. Mrs. Akpa is also one of our invited guests. We thank you for coming. Haja Iye Abu, thank you very much for gracing this occasion. Mrs. Aku, Mrs. Amina Abdul Khalid Giwa, thank you very much for gracing these occasions. Dear members of this prestigious Ummah, at this point we'll go to the next item on the program, which is the goodwill message. We'll take it. Message from the chairman.
الله من الشيطان الرجيم والصلاة والسلام على النبي الكريم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. I want to recognitions have been thoroughly done. So let me welcome all of you to this program. 21 years. It looks like yesterday that AL-HABIBIYYAH started. But after 21 years, with this edifice of a mosque, I think the child has come of age. So we thank the Almighty Allah for keeping AL-HABIBIYYAH alive and vibrant and propagating Islam all over the world through streaming and other internet facilities. I want to use the opportunity to thank our Imam, National Imam, for all the sacrifices, for all the efforts, for everything he has been doing to keep AL-HABIBIYYAH alive as a respected and recognized Islamic organization. I pray Allah to keep you in good health, to continue to do the work we have been doing. I pray Allah to continue to grow AL-HABIBIYYAH for people who cannot read the Quran to come here and learn it within 4 months. I was a student of AL-HABIBIYYAH. I graduated my Quran from this school. So I want to recommend it to all of you. It just takes a few hours, 3 or 4 times a week. And believe me, in 4 months, you'll be fluent, you'll be good at reading the Quran. And there's a lot of blessings that come with reading the Quran. So I make it a habit that every morning I wake up, I read the Quran. Before I go to bed, I read the Quran. And it has been with me since AL-HABIBIYYAH introduced me to the Quran. So please, we should all continue to support AL-HABIBIYYAH, continue to grow it. I want to pray Almighty Allah to grant our late father, SAN, Alhaji Abdullah Ibrahim, to grant him Al-Jannatul Firdausi, to grant him peace, and to bless members of the family he has left behind. May Allah forgive him, may Allah grant him peace, may Allah grant him Al-Jannatul Firdausi. The program today will recognize some people and give them awards. And we're also going to listen to Dr. Bashir Yusuf Mundi, who will give us a lecture on aspects of Islam. Please listen carefully and learn 1 or 2 things from the lecture. May Allah guide all of us, may Allah bless all of us, may Allah make this a very rewarding event and occasion for us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Subhana rabbuka rabbil izzati amma yasifun. Wassalamu ala al-mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.
You know, he said something and it was as if we didn't hear what he said. You know, that he actually took the executive course and in 4 months he was able to read the Quran, and today that has become the base that has determined his religious superstructure, because every morning he wakes up in the morning and he recites the Quran, courtesy of the executive program of AL-HABIBIYYAH. At-Takbir! Yes, because if he can do it at his age, it means that you can do it too. So don't sit down and say, no, I don't have time. You cannot have time to watch movies, have time to go shopping, have time to go to the market, and not have time for Allah. Because in the final analysis, whether we like it or not, that is what they will ask us. If you cannot read the Quran, how can you teach your children? So it is important that we take time out of our very tight schedule Just take 1 hour. 1 hour out of your 24 hours. Take 1 hour, come enroll, and then do that. It's not just reading the Quran, but also they also have, another program for Arabic, because reading the Quran is quite different from speaking Arabic. So they have that, and it would really be nice if you can read the Quran, recite the Quran, and also speak Arabic. Now, the reason why we're saying it is important to learn to read the Quran and also learn to speak Arabic is because it is an international language. That is the truth. It is an international language, just like you have English language, you now have French language, and then you also have Spanish. With Arabic, you can, it's borderless. That is the truth. It's borderless, because anywhere you go in the world, you will always meet Muslims. If you go to any part of the world and you don't see a Muslim there, you have no reason to be there. And if you can speak the language or you can read the Quran, it is very easy, very, very easy. If you can read the Quran, it is very easy to blend, to get acclimatized, or to get into any system. It's like speaking any of the languages, but because we also have that in this organization, we would want you to take that. There's also the advanced Quranic course, and there's Arabic for beginners. So don't say, and nobody is going to sit down and say, oh, look, you can't read this thing, or they'll laugh at you, or things like that. That's why it's an executive course. You don't have to know anything. Just come and you will start from the beginning. There are also other programs that they have, the AL-HABIBIYYAH Food Bank program, the relief service, and so many other things that they have. They also have the Feed the Indigent program and so many things. So we'll talk about that. But I just wanted the lights to come on before I invite the man who has donated himself to this society, this place of worship. He left the United Nations and now he has come to say, I have donated myself here. I want to serve Allah and I want to serve humanity. We'd like him to speak to us. Dr. Suleiman Ibrahim, please speak to us.
Assalamu alaikum. This is what you call hijacking. Nobody told me that I would have to do this. Well, you hijacked also. Okay, it's a very simple story. There's nothing complicated about it, actually. For the past 25, 30 years, I've been walking across all kinds of places. I don't think there's any part of the world that I've not walked in. Asia, Europe, North America, Africa, I mean, name it. And at the time I was retiring, my retirement took effect on the 1st of May. By that time, as you very well know, it's very popular, very common for people to want to settle outside Nigeria. But I said, well, I think I've seen enough of outside and not seen enough of Nigeria. Then let me find a way to actually come back to Nigeria and settle there. So we started looking for help, myself and my wife, until, I mean, it's not easy. You might think they have all over Abuja, but it's not easy to find one that you want to buy from. Until we found one just on Sunday at Dewusi. Follow this route to the end, turn right. That's like walking distance, actually. So, there we came. We found that house, we said, okay. Eventually we bought that one, then got in there. Then the issue is, where do we fellowship among Muslims or with Muslims? We started going around mosques all over the place. Thank you. Mosques all over the place, and then it turned out I don't speak.
I want to share a personal story. Why some of our leaders will see sword coming to hit the prophet and they will intersect. If somebody intercepts sword from the chest, the person knows he's dying. The easiest thing would have been for the person to fall on his back. But this companion still fell on his chest, adding to the pain. And they asked him, why will you do this? He said, I was afraid another sword would hit the prophet and I didn't want to witness it. That was the reason why I had to fall on my chest, despite the sword that was already on my chest. That was the kind of love that the companions had for the prophet. When you have a leader that people love that way, check that leader. His end, that love is end. Nobody gives such love for free. There was a time, around 2008, I was going to Umrah. I did that Umrah with Uman's wife. I didn't sponsor him, so we met at Cairo Airport. I was going my own, he was going his own. I was going with my wife. Because some people would think, what he did to you in Mecca, yes, he would do it now because we sponsored him. I didn't sponsor him. He was going on his own, we just met at Cairo Airport. I was going with my wife. And when we got to Mecca, immediately after the first hour of Umrah, my wife developed one strange ailment that we will not understand. Walk, she wouldn't be able to talk. We went from hospital to hospital. They diagnosed nothing. Once we are back into the room, she becomes like an investor. So, Imam Fuad had to abort his plan. All his Umrah prayer program, he aborted everything. So he got so involved that at a particular time I was asking myself, if I were him, wouldn't I have found an excuse to run away to at least have some rest? It was sometimes I want to dodge him when I want to carry this man and go to try another hospital. Before I will say I will dodge him, it's by my doorstep. Then I asked him, I said, you have abandoned everything you have come here to do. He said, even what we are doing here is part of what I've come for. So, at the end of the day, we cut the journey short. It was